I have been doing some deep dive work on a dream that has been reoccurring in my life for the last 20 years. Tonight I will ask for a dream to further shine light on my process. So I have my notebook and my pen with me, and I set an intention of getting a dream that will show me my next step.
I asked for another dream and more clarity, and I got 2 dreams that following night. And that really clarified something for me even further in this process.
At the end of this video, I will give you some tips and tricks in ways you can work with dreams yourself, by yourself, and some you can use to work in a group setting.
They will typically reflect something about where we are at in our lives at the moment. If you have a theme or something, some obstacles in your life, the dreams tend to shine a light on patterns. In my own life at the moment, it's a lot about being in a transition where I learn to live more aligned, and I deal with an old wound, 20-year-old wound at least, that tells me that maybe nobody wants what is my soul's purpose, what feels like my soul's purpose. I really have a desire to share with you guys, with other people, the experience, personal experience, but also from my education and knowledge that way, things about personal growth, things about evolving and awareness and creating a meaningful life with everyday happiness. And this wound telling me that maybe nobody wants what I have to give is kind of an obstacle when you want to go out in the world and live more aligned and do exactly that, give from that place within yourself. And I'm so done with it. So I'm really working on healing whatever is in there and becoming aware of what obstacles I have that will prevent me from doing what I really feel like doing. Okay, so I had a dream that has followed me for 20 years that came after getting fired for various reasons. That was, you should see that in the first video I made, in video number 1 about dreams. You could go and watch that first. You can also just watch this one, and nothing wrong with that, but it might give a more whole picture to watch the other one first. Anyway, I had one first, woke up, fell asleep, had number 2. The first one was that I was a young, strong, muscular, bold male, and I was like doing ninja parkour through town, over the roofs, down and over a fence, and hiding behind containers and jumping up again and running across other roofs and stuff like that. Total ninja parkour. And it was all about protecting a young person. It was all done to protect a young person from kind of a shadowy figure that I was trying to escape. I was trying to escape a shadowy, dark figure. I don't know if it was the law or if it was like a mafioso boss or whatever, but it was a shadowy, dangerous figure, authority figure that I had to escape from in order to protect this young person. That was it. I fell asleep again. Dream number 2. Okay. A young girl that I used to know years ago, a young girl she was about 16 maybe, she didn't have a place to stay. She was living with her sister. Now her sister was moving out and the house was gone, and she knew that her mom had adopted her and she didn't want her, and she had nobody. She was alone in the world and with no place to stay. Right, that was dream number 2. And I was in my flat, the one I live in now, with my husband and with my 2 grown-up daughters. And from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to protect this young girl. I wanted to take her in and say, of course, you can stay here, you can be part of the family, and we can give you a room. And I was very worried that then my youngest daughter wouldn't come to visit that often if she didn't have her own room to come back to. And my other daughter was always there and had her own room. And then me and my husband's bedroom, and that was it. We don't have any more rooms than that, only the living room. But I was considering maybe I could, and my husband, we could move into the living room and just sleep on the floor. And I told her, and my family agreed she could come stay with us. But I had to work out a plan for how is this possible? Where to put her? How do we get a room? What do we do? And that was dream number 2. You know, I shared the dreams with my husband, and that's the first part. Once I say it out loud, something inside of me starts to work with it, and then I will realize things when I say them out loud in my everyday consciousness. Then I will realize things, and then I can kind of go into being. I always work with dreams like all parts of the dreams are myself. They all represent sides of myself. It's not about, like, if I dream about my boss, it's not my actual boss. If I dream about my daughter, it's not my actual daughter. It's like a symbol for that certain, it represents a certain side of myself. And when I was working with dream number 1, being this strong young guy that was doing the ninja parkour, I thought, oh my God, I really know that feeling of being in constant alert, on constant overdrive, working so hard, working so much, running, and escaping something to. The escaping part is the one that is the blind spot in my life. But the feeling of being alert and overdrive, overworking, I really know that. And the young person that I was going to protect, oh my God, then it kind of fell into place. This is one of my coping strategies. I am in constant overdrive to protect a younger, more vulnerable side of myself. And this shadow authority that that I'm running from all the time, this shadow, it's even looks like a shadow. And when I heard myself saying it's authority, it represents authority. Okay, so my own authority is in the shadow. So I don't own my own authority. I haven't integrated my own authority. I am just running to protect a younger, more vulnerable side of myself. Ta-da! Oh, yeah. So that's my coping strategy. Do I know that coping strategy? Oh my God, yeah. I'm exhausted. I'm often exhausted from doing that. That's what leads to burnout, you know? Leads to burnout. Don't do that. Okay. And the other one, dream number 2. Okay. So dream number 2, wanting to take in this poor girl that was all alone in the world, and she had no one and nowhere to stay. And me being on overdrive, trying to make plans, figure out solutions, and doing all the logistics for the whole family to make everything fall into place. And when I was telling about that dream, I thought again, oh my God, just saying it out loud and feeling, go into with my everyday awareness, go into the feeling of being totally grilled in my brain and in my nervous system from trying to do the logistics to make something fit, something that feels like life and death. The poor girl needs a place to stay, you know. Do I know that feeling from my life? Oh boy. I'm exhausted because that's what I do. That's another coping strategy. So I realized that night that I have 2 coping strategies for this issue of wanting to protect a younger version of myself that is obviously a bit helpless and wounded. So one is working hard on overdrive and being afraid and escaping and giving my power away, my authority away. And the next one is to try by logistics and planning and working my brain to find solutions constantly and plan ahead and la-di-da. That's my coping strategy number 2. Into the same theme. And the theme is that I am exhausted, that I feel burnout, that I don't really get to shine and burn through in my life because some old version of me thinks that nobody wants what I have to give. And I'm done with that. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, young, strong, muscular ninja parkour guy, for doing the hard work to protect me. You can take some time off now. You deserve it. And see the resources, really see the resources and all the hard work that this masculine side of me is doing. It's a strong one. It's a strong side of me and it has a lot of resources. But when it runs ahead of me without me even realizing it, then it's no good because that leads to burnout and it gives my authority away. So I would rather be conscious and aware about how and when to use all that energy. And that is not now. I need to use that energy. That guy needs to take a break and I need to take my authority back and let it come out of the shadow. And from my own motherly heart, I can tell this younger version of myself, you'll be all right. You can do it. And I know that somebody will like to have what I have to give. I have grown-up kids, I have a granddaughter, I have a husband, I have friends. They like what I have to give. I mean, I'm grateful for that. That's wonderful. And the true success criteria is living aligned, that it feels true. The steps I take, that they feel true and meaningful. That's it. That's it, you know. And the other dream, the poor girl that had nowhere to stay. This logistic ninja manager that is trying to plan everything and control everything, find solutions for everything. That's a very strong, resourceful part of me as well. But like with dream number one, she can take a break. She's allowed to go on a pension soon and be useful when it makes sense with full of awareness to use those resources. But she doesn't have to do that every day, all the time, in many different situations. And if I can relax and let go of that side of me being kind of control freak inner manager thing, oh my God, would my family be relieved? Ask my kids. They would be like, thank you, Mom. Yeah, that would be good. What are you dreaming, Feta? What are you dreaming? Are you aware of your dreams, Feta? Are you aware of how you can grow through awareness in your dreams? Maybe you can be a lion. You can be a lion. Catch that mouse. Catch that mouse. Okay, I find that in working with dreams, just asking for dreams in specific situations, writing them down, or talking to your audio app on your phone, sharing it with your friend or your wife or husband or whatever, and talking about it, saying it out loud, that will often in itself cast more light into it. Always remember what you felt in the dream when you dreamt it, and kind of go through it in present time. Go through, walk the dream like you're there right now. That's one really good way of working with it, and shine some light on it. And think that all parts of the dream is yourself. It's sides of yourself. So that's one way. Another way I have been working with dreams, also with clients back in the days, is you can either write, or if you like it, you can draw. In my case, it would be like draw the bold, strong, muscular guy. Draw the authority figure that is in the shades. Draw the young person that needs protection. Draw some of the parkour things where the ninja guy was jumping over. And if you do each part on separate pieces of paper, and then you put it out on the floor the way that it was lined up in your dream, and then you go sit or stand on one of them, and you feel what is it like to be the young person that needs protection. What's it like? What comes up? feel the sensations in your body when you stand or sit on that part of yourself, and really try to be curious and go into what it has to, what does it want to tell you? What's the messages here? What's the needs? What's the feelings? What's the abilities? What can you not? Then you go out of it, and you can go into, you can make also a paper that represents your dream identity, like, the eyes that see the dream, or the person you are in the dream. So you have like that viewpoint, you go back to that viewpoint. Like my dream was, I was the young strong guy, but I was not all the time in him. I also saw it from a distance. So that would be my dream eyes, my dream identity. So like make those eyes on a piece of paper as well, and go into the different parts in the dream and go out again to this one. So in each side of the dream, you try to really peel the onion and reveal what are the longings, what are the feelings, what are the sensations, what are the resources, what are the capabilities, what are the inabilities. And then you pull yourself out again and you see the whole picture, and you can ask yourself, what is needed in this dynamic? So with big open curiosity, you go into each, and it will reveal stuff for you. I'm sure it will reveal stuff for you. So that's another way. It's really good and fun to do it with, if you have a friend that are into this kind of thing as well. So you can do it together, or you can do it in a group, or you can be just two people, like playing with it, getting into it. And sometimes on the surface, dreams look so weird and funny. You think, but how could this mean anything? But I heard about someone who had a dream that was really weird about a smoked mackerel in the sun, in the sand, in the desert. And it turned out to be the most beautiful, wonderful, divine message. So it was such a beautiful smoked mackerel in the desert. But as I said earlier, or was that in another video, your subconscious will choose the symbolic language that you are most likely to understand. And also, if you go the Carl Jung way, there will be like archetypes. There's lots of things that are common ground for the collective of human consciousness, or human unknown, the big unknown. Like butterflies will usually, in a collective way, represent transformation. That's how most people will think of the butterfly as a dream symbol. That would be transformation, caterpillar to butterfly type thing. But those archetype pictures is another approach. It's not what I have been digging into the most, but some will be like, yeah, that makes sense, without, so much using that as the primarily focus of my dreams. If I dream I'm driving a car, it would also tell me something about who's the captain, who's the chauffeur in my life, you know. Like if I sit in the back seat and the car is driving with no chauffeur, that would tell me something about maybe I need to step up and take charge of my own destiny or something. Anyway, another way of working with dreams. Ooh, I like this one. That's kind of my favorite, but it's not one I use often at the moment because it's we need to be a group of people. But I have done it in the past when I was doing my spiritual training and when I was doing my psychotherapy education and different workshops I've been on and stuff like that. But I think actually this origins from Native Americans. It's called a dream circle. It has like a shamanistic character. So it goes like this. If you are a circle of people, a group of people, right? And one is like appointed the leader of the ceremony. And let's say that you are the one that has a dream you want to share. And so you tell about, you close your eyes, go into the dream like it's present time. You tell your whole dream to the whole circle once, okay? Then you tell your dream to the circle again. But this time, when you start telling about it, every now and then, let's say I am the leader of this ritual, then I will say stop when I sense here is a point in the dream that could be interesting. I will say stop. And then we give a bit of time and maybe someone in the circle, this is about sharing the dream. Everybody closes their eyes and they go with you into the dream. So one in the circle will say, in my dream, when you walk up the stairs, or in my dream, when I walk up the stairs, I feel that this is a never-ending journey. For example, this is just hypothetical. Okay. Someone else will say, in my dream, I feel an urge to turn around and walk down again, for example. And I, as the leader of the circle, I will say, continue. So you continue and you talk about your dream. Everybody closes their eyes and they go with you into this dream, like you share the dream. All of us share the dream. We dream along. And you talk again about what you're experiencing. And at some certain point, I will say stop again. And the same thing will repeat. Maybe some other people will have something to say. And this leads to you getting a whole lot of different perspectives. So you get different perspectives on your dream. Some may not resonate at all because they are ultimately about this other person. This other person might get some realizations from borrowing your dream, and that will lead to something that makes a change for them. But maybe it doesn't resonate with you, but some of the other perspectives will most certainly resonate with you, and you will be like, okay, wow, that's interesting. That makes so much sense. I hadn't seen that. Because we all have blind spots. So getting all these perspectives can open up for blind spots, or it can just give you this twist that really makes the last piece of the puzzle fall into place for you. I love this way of working in dream circles. It's wonderful. It might and it might not resonate, the perspectives you get. But I would like to invite you guys, all of you who watch this, if you have a dream and if you want to get more perspectives, I will invite you to write your dream in the comments below, and I will read all of them, and I will go into it the best I can. Remember to write what you felt in the dream also, and I will give my perspective. I will write back to you in my dream this, that, and the other. And others who watch this can go into it as well. So we can make our own dream circle ritual. If you would like to, you're welcome. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching.